I got my revenge by costing my boss $20,000 over a single email. So I, 28M, used to work for this small tech company. It was the kind of place where the coffee was always stale, the printer always jammed, and the CEO was allergic to both common sense and basic human decency. I worked in IT support. Nothing glamorous, but I was good at it. Efficient, polite, and fast. I even created a custom ticketing system on my own time because the one we had was garbage. Anyway, one day I catch wind that my boss, who we'll call Brad the Balding, had taken credit for the entire ticketing system. Like, presented it in a meeting with the board, called it his innovation, and even said he was working on a patent. I'm not kidding. I confronted him privately, and he said, "That's what you're paid for, right?" Except I wasn't. I was making $19 an hour with no benefits. When I pressed him again, he actually said, "Maybe next time you'll learn to keep your ideas to yourself." So I did, but not before I left behind a surprise. See the system I built? It had a back end I never showed anyone because I never expected anyone else to maintain it. It was held together with duct tape and spaghetti code. But more importantly, the server was still hosted on my personal cloud account. They never asked. They never transferred it. They never paid me for it. They just assumed it was theirs. So when I quit, after lining up a much better gig, I gave them 2 weeks, and then with zero malice in my heart and a legally squeaky clean conscience, I shut it down. The fallout? Tickets disappeared. Logs? Gone. The CEO called me screaming. I politely told him it was my personal server, I wasn't under contract, and that if they wanted the files back, they'd need to compensate me for development time and data transfer. I even offered a discount, $5,000. They refused, so I walked away. 6 months later, I found out they had to hire a third-party firm to try and rebuild the system and recover their data, costing them upwards of $20,000. All because Brad the Balding wanted credit. Hope that patent's going well, buddy.